Now here's the question for today. For those of you guys that are new here, possibly watching this channel, if you're wondering why I got this tape in my nose, it's because I just had a surgery and I'm just recovering. So we'll be back in full form pretty soon, in about 5 or 6 days. But here's the question of the day. 2023 and forward. Go to school or start a business. There's other options as well, I guess. It's not the only two options you could do on earth. You could play a pro sport, you could do something like that, but we'll stick to this. Go to school or start a business. And my answer to this question is it depends, obviously, on the person. School can be good. Can. Doesn't mean it is, doesn't mean it will be, but it can be. Do you want to be a doctor? Are you so passionate about whatever it is that you're passionate about and it's for school and that's your best way of going and doing things? It all depends on the person. What's really in you? What people have to look at is the lifestyle. If you go to school, look ahead of time and see what you're going to have to go through. What you're going to have to do, how life is going to be at every stage. Like, look ahead in your life to see how things will be. What do you want to go through is what it really comes down to. Because if you go to school, like after high school, depending on what it is, if you're going for something like a doctor, bro, you're going to be in there for a long time. And if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But there's other things as well. It depends what it is. But if you go to school, you're going to be showing up there most of the time, 5 days a week. You're going to be learning from teachers, professors. You're going to be in the mix with other students. You might live in a dorm. You might live in something like this. I'm not sure. You might live with a roommate. Look at the lifestyle, is what I'm saying here. It's gonna be like an upgrade from high school. Do you want to keep showing up somewhere where there's teachers and you're learning from a teacher? Do you want to keep living that kind of lifestyle? And look at the lifestyle too after that's done. When you graduate, when you get your job, and things like that. And I'm just reminding you guys now, I still have these 2 splints in my nose, so I can't talk the best right now. I can still talk, but my nose is like plugged. I can't even like show my front teeth like at all. Like I can't smile like at all. But we're doing better right now than I have been the past days. So that's good. This eye's bothering me right now too, I don't know why. But to continue on, look at life after school as well, when you're going to graduate. What the career is going to be like, what the lifestyle is going to be like, the way you're living. People don't take these things into consideration. And if you want to take the business route, look at it objectively. Because when I say to some people, do you want to go to school or do you want to start a business? People look at the best scenarios when they look at these things. I want to have a business. I want to have my own business. I want to make all this money and have my own business, live my own terms. People look at all the pros. without looking at the cons, because there's pros and cons to everything, folks. There's pros and cons to everything. There's pros and cons to being self-employed. There's pros and cons to being involved with the government. Completely. Even if you're self-employed, you're still involved with the government to an extent, but you got a little leadway. Starting your own business is no easy task. It's no easy task. You have to ask yourself, do you want to go through those times? Do you want to go through the times by taking the business route of doubting what you're doing, being broke for years, because even any money you do have, you're going to invest it back into your business. Do you want to be misunderstood? Do you want to go through all these trying hard times? There's other things as well that you got to go through. Even people in your own family or friends or whatever might turn on you because whatever reason. But do you want to face what comes with that? Because it's no easy task. Nothing is that easy. Everything that you can't, like everything you really want to do in life, it's going to be difficult. It's going to have challenges. What do you want to face? Because the business lifestyle and the school lifestyle are two different things. There might be a few things that's a little similar, but it's very different at the same time. You're going to face many different things. People just look, like I said, I ask people sometimes, what do you want to do? Do you want to go to school, start a business? I want to start a business, bro. I want to be my own boss. I want to do my own stuff and all this stuff. Sounds great now, but are you ready to pay the price? Are you ready to lose your damn mind sometimes? Are you ready for all the doubt? But you still work your ass off. Are you willing to be broke for a while? Are you willing to go through those times? Are you willing to spend a lot of time alone? While everyone else is graduating all this stuff and you're still working your business, you might be halfway through your 20s, not really where you want to be, whatever your path is. I was like 24 and I was still figuring things out, but things started to click around that age. I was doing things way before that, but it took a while to get to that point. Like a long time. And I was even doing things before that I had success with, and some things I didn't have success with. That's kind of what business is. Like, you're just, the wheels turn, the ball's in motion, you're just going. You believe in yourself, you don't stop. Is that the kind of life you want? But you can't think for a second you're not going to have to pay a massive price. Some people really don't get how hard it is. And they think they're doing enough. They think they're doing the right things. Bro, some people are really not even close. Like, you really have to give your heart and soul to business. Like, you have to really dedicate your life to achieve what you want to achieve. Even with school, bro, it's kind of like that. Like, it really is. So it's all, like, to have success, bro, it's you have to give so much of yourself. It's a 10,000 hours into your craft. It's no easy task. But what do you want to do? Do you want to be a pro athlete? Do you want to be a UFC fighter? Do you want to be a boxer? Do you want to show up to the boxing gym every day and get punched in the face and punch other people in the face? Body shots, whatnot. Do your cardio all the time. Do your strength training. Nutrition on point. What do you want to go through? That's what it really comes down. How are you built? What's the path you want to take to give your all to something that's going to give you success in the life you want? That's the hardest part. The start and the beginning is always the toughest part. Some people never start. Some people never get to that point. It's too hard. It really is hard. I passed the first point quite a while ago. I don't get enough credit for that. I really don't. I get credit, not enough. Most people don't even pass that first step. Where like you broke through it and you've had that success. When people graduate school and they become a nurse, a doctor, a lawyer, something like this, like they pass that initial test. Like it's a big test too. Like they're really at that spot where they want to be, and they're gonna start to work and make that money. That's where they want to be, and they earned it. You have to really earn your way to where you want to be. You gotta give so much of yourself. You don't think UFC fighters do that? You don't think MMA fighters or boxers do that? You don't think soccer players do that? Some people see people like that, bro. Oh, it must be nice to make all these millions per year. I don't ever view people like that, bro. Because I know what it's like. People don't, these people, bro, are unsuccessful. They don't get it. They don't get life. They don't get what things really take. Like, they really, really don't. Bro, these pro soccer players, pro baseball players, hockey players, they were on skates at the age of like 5. Dedicated right up till right now. They were playing soccer, running around and all this stuff at the age of like 4. Dedicate their whole life. That's what it takes, bro. So you have to really ask yourself that question, like, don't look at the success. You can look at it. But you have to, and you must, look at the other parts of it. What am I going to have to go through? You know what I told myself? I know what I want. I'm willing to go through anything. I'm willing to face anything on my path. That's what I'm willing to face. Anything, I don't care how hard it is, I'm going to do it. Through hell or high waters, I'm going to do it. That's how tough, that's how strong you have to be, and you have to damn well mean that. You have to go through those times. You have to. There's no going back. You're going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to feel those times. You're going to get tired. You're going to break through. You're going to keep going. That's what it is. So that's my advice when it comes to the question, should I go to school? Should I start a business? Or whatever. Or you want to be a pro athlete when it comes to whatever. And I would argue in today's day and age, if you want to be a pro athlete, you pretty much have to have a support system, bro. Like, you can't be broke. Like, it's almost unheard of nowadays. Like, most pro athletes have rich parents, pretty much. Today, that's the world we're in. Because some rich parents can give their kid proper nutrition, proper gear, extra training, one-on-one training. Their kid's going to be much more advanced than a broke kid who can only do the basics. They can do just enough to practice. That rich kid, bro, Richie Rich, he's advanced. That's the world we're living in today. I'm not saying you can't make it if you're broke. There's always the exception to that rule where some freak can do it. And it's happened more in the past. But today, right now, 2023, it's leaning more towards that now. That's kind of what it's leaning towards. You're seeing it more and more. The best people on sports today had rich families. They were given so much, they were supported so much, they had the right support system that boosted them to the top. Doesn't mean they didn't work hard. They definitely worked their asses off. But it damn well helps when you're supported like that. Back in the day, you could get away with being broke and still making a pro sports if you had the genetics and whatnot. Because there wasn't all a bunch of rich people and money in the world back then. But it's leaning more towards that now. But when it comes to school or business, bro, you have to really ask yourself, what do you want to go through? You have to make that decision. You have to stick to it. And you have to go all out. All out. You have to mean that shit. You can't just, yeah, I kind of want to do that. I want to try that. Like, you have to go all out, bro. And that's fine if you want to try things too. You can try things. I tried college for 2 days. I knew after 2 days, not a chance. Not a chance. It was way worse than I even thought. Like, I just knew it. I'm too intelligent to know. I want to experience it. Okay. We'll see. Not a chance. I'll give it more than a day. Nah, not a chance. Knew it wasn't it. Knew it. I was right. I know other successful people that went to college for like 2 weeks and they knew it after 2 weeks. No, no way. I knew in 2 days. Forget about 2 weeks. I knew in 2 damn days. My intuition was so strong. It's not like, I just don't want to be here and I'm lazy. My intuition, bro, knew so strongly that was not it. Like, I just knew it. No, it's definitely not. 100% not. My intuition was so strong on it, bro. That's who I am. My intuition was so strong on the things that I've also done in life up to this day right now. So strong. Like, I know I'm going to do these things and I don't care what I have to go through. I'm going to go through it and I'm going to make it happen when I know what I can make happen. I know it. That's your intuition. Let that guide you in life. Don't go against it. When times get hard, go through it. Keep going. Go through those times. Allow yourself to. You don't need perfect circumstances. You don't need to start to feel perfect. Get to work. That's what you have to do. Make a decision and get to work. That's where you want to be. That's the path you want to be on. And when you're on that path, you're on that path. But don't just look at the glory. If you want to be a doctor, don't just look at the glory. Look at the lifestyle. People just want to look at the money and all this stuff. Look at the lifestyle. Is that the lifestyle you want to live? You can look at the money too, but look at the lifestyle too. Look at the pros, the cons too. Doctors make a whole lot of money, but they're very busy people. They dedicate their whole lives to doing what they do. They don't have an easy job. It's not easy. It's not easy to do surgery on people, bro. It's not easy to do that. I couldn't do that shit. I mean, if I was trained, I could. Right now, obviously not. I have no training to do surgery on somebody. I would have no idea what I'm doing. And I wouldn't even want to go through the training. That's why I'm not a doctor. It makes sense. Oh my goodness. That's why I'm not a doctor. The money would be awesome. Be great. But not the lifestyle. I wouldn't even want to go to school to be a doctor. I wouldn't even want to be a doctor. I would only want the money that comes with being a doctor. That's not enough for me I want to be a doctor. It's not enough. Not even close. I need all the boxes checked off for the thing I want to do. That's where your purpose is. If you want to get into business, but there's like boxes checked and there's some that's not, I don't want to go through this though, it's probably not for you. You got to find something that's for you. And if laying under a rock and doing nothing, okay, I want to do this, this, and this, and this, I don't want to do anything that requires hard work and sacrifice and all this. That's where you lay under a rock and do nothing. Which is what some people do, but you have to figure it out. I'm sure there's something to everybody. There's something for somebody, bro. There's something good for somebody, everybody. Sometimes it takes more time to figure it out. But then again, don't be going that easy on yourself too. Sometimes you'll be hard on yourself. Sometimes you do. Because if you're too easy on yourself, you're going to be easy on yourself this year, okay. Easy on yourself next year, okay. Easy on yourself the next year, okay. All of a sudden you're 40, all of a sudden you're 50, all of a sudden you're 60. You just wasted 30 years being easy on yourself, so are you going to make a decision yet? That's what I'm talking about, bro. Don't let that happen. Get to work, figure it out. You'll be happy you did.